What are the US tariffs that have just been brought in? What are they going to mean for guitar players? Right, I just want to kick this video off and say I'm not into politics. I am not a politics guy. Never have been, never will be. In fact, as far as I can tell, all politicians are tools. But that's beside the point. Today, I'm going to be talking about what the new tariffs from the United States might mean for guitar players in the rest of the world. Actually, I might as well say as well, I'm not an economist. I know a bit about it from my time at university. I'm not going to lie, I haven't kept up with it. But I do understand how the economy works. And today, I'm just going to be talking about guitars, amps and pedals, strings, whatever. I'm not going to be talking about food, cars, steel, medicine. And I don't want anybody to think that I'm playing down the effects that the tariffs are going to have on jobs, wages, and whatever else, good or bad. We're here for the guitars, guys. So, the President of the United States of America has brought in some pretty brutal tariffs. And his thinking is that if companies have to pay extra to bring stuff in from other countries, this will encourage American firms to make more stuff there. I mean, that's it, in a nutshell. But what will this mean for guitar players? I mean, not just in the US, but in Europe and the UK and Canada, I guess. You see, the thing is, when one country brings in tariffs, then all the other countries kind of go, well, if you're going to charge us 10% or 20% or whatever, then all the other countries are going to say, well, we'll charge you 10% or 20% or whatever. And I kind of get that too. So what's it going to mean for guitar players? Well, in the UK, if we want to buy guitars that were made in the USA, it's probably going to cost us more, like 10% or 20%, whatever. Same with amps that are made in the US, pedals, and everything else. But the same goes for the guitar players in the USA. If they want to buy stuff that's made in the UK, then they're going to have to pay more. 10%, 20%, whatever. So if I want to buy a US made Strat, I pay more. If somebody in the US wants to buy a Marshall or an Orange amp, they're going to have to pay more. And if they want to buy something that was made in China, a lot more. Maybe even up to 50% more. Now, I guess it all depends on how much of the tariffs that the importers and retailers are prepared to swallow and how much of that cost they'll pass on to the customers. But then you've got stuff like pedals. And I mean, most of the mass-produced pedals are made in China or Taiwan. God, this is a minefield. Take Electro Harmonics, right? They make their pedals in New York. So that's great. They'll be going up over here. But the PCBs, the printed circuit boards, in Electro Harmonics pedals, most of them come from China. So they'll be more expensive for the Americans to make now. Tariffs. So they'll be even more expensive coming back here. In fact, if you actually did some research, you'd probably be shocked at how many pedals, no matter where they're made, use PCBs that are made in China. Now, Ernie Ball strings. I love Ernie Ball strings. I'm an Ernie Ball guy, but damn, made in the USA. Bugger. Same with D'Addario. Made in the USA. So I'm going to end up paying more for guitar strings. But Elixir strings are packaged in China. See, it's a minefield. I mean, are Fender going to move their Mexican factories up to the US? I mean, I like Mexican Fenders. I mean, maybe I can get Mexican Fenders cheaper now. I don't know. Look, it's all speculation and we'll probably take a settling-in period before we actually see, what happens. And then we've got like the sheer amount of guitars that are made in Indonesia. Fender, Ibanez, Yamahas, PRS SE guitars, ESP, the limited ones, LTDs, Gretsch, Solar. And I mean, don't even get me started on China. But if you live in the UK or Europe, I mean, the Chinese might have a surplus of stuff that they haven't sent to the USA because of the tariffs, so they'll be flooding the UK and European markets with it. We might get that cheaper. Minefield. I think it's going to be a tough one to call. I mean, I think here in the UK, we will end up paying more for American brands and stuff, but maybe end up paying a little less for stuff that's made in China, Indonesia, Japan, Europe, I don't know. I mean, it'll probably be a little while before the costs start to trickle down to the consumers and we start noticing if stuff is going to be more expensive or if in fact cheaper. I think it's one of those situations where you don't really pay attention to where something was made if it doesn't really make a difference to you. I mean, I love electro-harmonics pedals. I just always assumed that they came from America. It never even crossed my mind that the PCBs might have been made in a different country. But even then, on American brands like Fender and Gibson, whatever, is every little part on that guitar made in the USA. You've got the tuners, the bridge, the electrics. You see, you just don't know where stuff's made. Now, I'm not saying that they aren't made in the USA. I'm not dissing anyone. So, I think these days it's rare to find something that was made entirely in one country. But like I said, remains to be seen. It's a minefield, and it might take a little while for the tariffs to start affecting the prices of things that we already take for granted. And by that I do either mean going up or down. I mean, if I have to spend an extra 10 or 20% on a pack of Ernie Ball strings, then so be it. I'm an Ernie Ball guy. In the grand scheme of things, on stuff like strings and what have you, it won't make that much difference. It's the bigger purchases where the real differences will be seen. I mean, I suppose it's a good job that I'm not a Gibson guy. I like Mexican Fenders, and I think that Harley Bentons are okay. I mean, at least we'll still have Marshall and Orange in the UK, and I couldn't afford a Mesa Boogie anyway, even before the tariffs. Well, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that. Jump in the comments and let me know what you think about the tariffs and how they're going to affect guitar players. Try not to make it political. You know, that's not why we're here. Guitars, not politics. Guitars, cool. Politics, not cool. I've also got some merch for sale, and if you want to help support the channel further, I've got some super chats and channel memberships for sale. They start at like $2 or something. The tariffs haven't got there yet. And don't forget, I live stream every Wednesday, 9 PM UK time. It's usually just me and some buddies, and we're chatting about guitars, pedals, amps, gear, music, all kinds of things. Come along and check it out. It's good fun, and the people in the chat are lovely. They're a great bunch of people and very welcoming. So even if you just pop up and you've never been there before and you say hi, they'll all go hi. So, you know, it's worth it just for that. Anyway, thanks again. Take it easy. Peace out.